class. So today we'll be going over the transportation revolution. And what this goes over is the different changes over time of transportation. So first things first, I'm going to be passing around different forms of transportation that we've had over time. First will be the steam-powered locomotive, which was one of the first forms of modern transportation. Next will be these different cars that have kind of shown the advancements of automobiles over time. Passing these around to everybody, kind of see, look at them, and see the different features that each car has, or what the locomotive may have. Kind of some different aspects that you notice about each form of transportation. Why would they put these certain things on these certain vehicles? What would you change about it? And also kind of the style of each one. As you're doing this, continue passing them around and kind of get out your notebooks, and we will start I will go into deeper about each one of these different forms of transportation and the revolution itself. So first things first, a long time ago, before we had cars or anything, I know that seems like forever ago, we walked everywhere we went. When I was a boy, we walked uphill both ways to school. And either that, or we rode a horse, or we had a horse-drawn buggy. Horse-drawn buggy was pretty much a seat with two big old wheels on it, and the horse was pulling it. That's how you went. Either that, or covered wagons was another form of that. That's kind of like what they used on the Oregon Trail to get across the country. It was one of the fastest ways to do it. Either that, or sailboats. If you were going, overseas, it was kind of like what you've seen in movies and in pictures in the books, was those big old boats with a whole bunch of sails, and it took you 3 months to get anywhere. So that was kind of the first stages of transportation. Then came the wonderful idea to use steam to power machinery. This led to huge advancements. First off, the railroad started because of this, which was huge because it incorporated trade was increased. Also, it shortened time of travel because it was easier to get across country and easier to get places. Also, boats that were powered by steam were included into this. It made it easier to travel, shortened travel time, and trade was also easier because we could get certain goods to a certain spot faster. Next came the first automobile, was essentially a part of this. It came a little bit after these first two things. The first one was invented by Carl Benz. It was also steam powered. It was not very safe because it was it was like a buggy with no horse, and so there was no windshield, no doors. You may have had a seatbelt, may have just been a rope to tie around your lap, and then you just prayed to God that you got to your place safe. It also took a very long time to start. You got to sit there and crank for a while to finally get the engine to finally get going, and then it was just not very attractive. I mean, it was cool to have something powered by itself, but it was just not very stylish. Then came the new advancements. Henry Ford was obviously the starter of the Ford Motor Company. He designed the car, the Model T, which was a complete step forward in designing of automobiles. This led into assembly lines being started because the demand was in such high for automobiles. Led to safety tests to make sure that everything was safe. You had seatbelts, you actually had doors, you had a roof, you had a windshield. Also, there was no more steam. This was completely running on fuel, as in like gasoline or oil. It also had it led to more power because everybody loves more power, and also the style change. Over time, you've seen style change in automobiles from a boxy look to a more sleek look, as you can see in some of these models. And so everything just started changing for the better. And so after looking at all this, what you need to do now is get out a sheet of paper and design your own vehicle. describe in detail what your vehicle would have in it and any specific modifications you would make. Explain why you would make these modifications to the vehicle, and then also draw this vehicle.